What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 15 weeks of physique update from Samson Duada all the way from Oxygen Gym Kuwait. So this is that famous mirror, which was called Magic Mirror back in the day when some of the biggest names in the men's open bodybuilding, they were training there. We have seen Big Ramy, Rolly Winkler, Nathan Diesha, Brendan Kerry, Regan Grimes, and the list just goes on and on for the guys who all took their progress pictures in this mirror. And I am sure this is gonna be one of the many Samson Duada's updates in this prep through this mirror. So before leaving for Kuwait, Samson was weighing 330 pounds. And you bet he looks a little bigger now compared to a few weeks ago. According to Who is the Best Bodybuilder Instagram page, Samson is weighing 340 pounds here. And that, I have to say, is a lot of it. Yes, I know weight doesn't really mean anything, but still 340, that is really something. Plus, you have to agree Samson is just a different breed. There is nobody else out there who can weigh more than 330 pounds in the off-season while not being fat at all. In fact, the man is looking in an amazing condition right now. That is an amazing off-season body composition. He is still showcasing a lot of detail, a lot of depth. And Samson is one of those guys who can just continue to grow and stay very lean. And something needs to be said about that back. So we do not know how this is gonna compare to the likes of Hadi Choopan, Derek, or Nick Walker at this upcoming Miss Olympia in October. But here his back definitely looks a lot improved. Samson is showcasing a lot of it in that back lat spread shot. Plus that waist is still super small. So the moment Samson announced that he is gonna be doing this year's Miss Olympia prep at the Oxygen Gym in Kuwait, we fans knew that this is gonna be a very exciting one. So with the improvements that Samson Duada is making, and the size that he's currently carrying, there is just no way he slips outside of the top 3. But do let me know what you guys think. Next up, we have a 10 weeks out physique update of Hunter LeBron. So these quarter turns, these are the first poses that the judges see when these athletes are first called up on that stage. And I know these aren't really mandatories, but these are just as important, because this is where you make your first impression on the judges. So going through these posing rounds, that is really important. Because Hunter did lose a show last year because he wasn't as composed as the other guy. For instance, last year at Texas Pro, where he lost to Andrew Jacked because Andrew just stood there like an absolute statue, while Hunter on the other hand wasn't as composed as Andrew Jacked. And that was one of the major reasons why he lost that Texas Pro according to the judges, because Hunter started to struggle a lot. So he isn't making that same mistake again. He is now 10 weeks out. And that Christmas tree and the glutes are coming in already. So the size that Hunter has added during this off-season, I think that is going to be a game changer for him, especially if he can bring that next level of conditioning with that additional size. So more and more people have started to believe that this is a top 5 Olympia physique in 2024. And why not? Hunter really isn't missing anything. He is very complete front to back, top to bottom. And yes, I know he doesn't have any standout body parts, but that is the thing. He really isn't missing anything either. So we saw him in a superb conditioning at Tampa Pro last year, which I'm sure he can duplicate again here in Italy. So Hunter is competing about 5 to 6 weeks prior to this year's Miss Olympia. So there is zero doubt in anyone's mind that he's gonna have any sort of problems getting that Olympia qualification. But it is gonna be really interesting to see how he handles that rebound into the big show. So do you guys think Hunter has a chance of beating a guy like Martin Fitzwater and Nick Walker at this upcoming Miss Olympia? So talking about Nick Walker, next up we have the 15 weeks out physique update from the mutant himself. So that is a very clean look. So Nick and his coach Matt Jensen are gonna pay a lot of attention to that waistline of his, because he just cannot afford to come in like he did at this year's New York Pro, where his waist appeared bigger, and all the improvements that he made in his quad sweep, that just did not get any appreciation. Because that enhanced X-frame that the judges want to see on Nick Walker, the better V-taper that the judges want to see, it could not be showcased. Because even though his legs got bigger, but so did his waistline. And according to these guys, that is definitely fixable. And maybe it was merely Nick trying to come in very hard and very full. Because that was the criticism that Nick Walker faced at his last show prior to the New York Pro. And that show was the Arnold Classic 2023, where the judges told him that he was flat. So great to see Nick not only posting his strong shots, like the most muscular and the back double bicep, but he's posting his front lat spread as well, which is Nick Walker's weakest shot. So in Nick Walker's mind, he is winning this year's Miss Olympia. which I have to say exactly what the mindset of any athlete should be, especially for a guy who has placed as high as top 3 in the world. But the question is, what if all these other guys who have better structure than Nick, what if they also bring the A game? Then I have to say Nick Walker is gonna have some problems. Next up, we have the physique update of Nathan Duada. So, is he in for this upcoming Portugal Pro, which is scheduled to be happening next weekend, meaning 7th of July. So we do not have any official confirmation just yet. And a few weeks ago, when Nathan announced that his shows for 2024 are gonna be Italy and Dubai, he was sure about these two shows, but he did mention Portugal Pro at that time. And although he did not really confirm that he's gonna be doing that show, but he did hint about it. So we are now just a week out of this year's Portugal Pro, and we shall see whether Nathan decides to battle it out with William Bonac here or not. So he certainly is maintaining a great look post-show. And the thing is he has to, because the Dubai Pro is just about 4 weeks away, and there he's gonna have to battle it out with Behrouz Tabani once again, and also Ruben Mosquera, aka Naxilla. And Behrouz is that guy who just beat him this past weekend in Italy with straight scores. And the other guy is an absolute mass monster, who was able to beat him last year in Prague. So Nathan had very strong opinion about Italy Pro and how the placings went. So he maintained his composure on the stage when the results were announced. He handled himself really well, but he believes he won that show. And he beat Behrouz Tabani in 5 out of the 8 mandatories. And he has all the right to have different opinion. Many people, including myself, after the prejudging believed that they are gonna give it to Nathan Duada based on more density, more muscle maturity, and the fact that he was looking so damn big. But the judges on the other hand went with aesthetics. So how does Nathan beat Behrouz Tabani moving forward? Maybe try to come in less full, so that his waistline becomes more comparable against a guy like Behrouz Tabani. Lastly, we have a physique update of the former Classic Physique Olympia competitor, Jose Maria, aka Madelman. So he is turning into a solid 212 competitor. And contrary to what people believe, that he's prepping to make his 212 Pro debut, he has already competed in this class. But last time he did not take a full year of off-season in order to put on the muscle, the tissue. He just did a show in the 212 because he was unable to make the Classic Physique weight cutoff. So at that time he looked very small and very out-muscled in the 212. But this new version is a totally different animal. He doubled in size, and the man is looking so round and so bubbly everywhere. So to the people who are saying his waist isn't looking the same as it was when he was in Classic, then you must know that he just started this prep a few weeks ago. So give him more time, and his waistline will get more streamlined. So Madelman looked extremely good in Classic. But first of all, he was sacrificing a lot of muscle to make the weight cutoff. He was sacrificing a lot of fullness. Plus, he wasn't as classic as some of the other guys. He always looked like an open or a 212 bodybuilder. So switching to 212 was really a decent move. So cannot wait to see him shredded and get in that contemporary shape. Especially if he can bring that same condition that he had in Classic Physique in the 212. Then that is gonna be one hell of a look. So I think he is gonna look way more impressive with the added muscles. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.